For cheap MT, go ahead and check out discountmutcoins.com and use code friendly at checkout for 10% off your orders to build those God Squads or just to get some startup coins for sniping. What's up YouTube? I'm back with another video for you guys. Back on 2K just because there's not really much to do for me on Madden yet. This weekend, probably Sunday night when I get back to Austin, because I do have to head back home this weekend. When I do get back, I'll probably do a video on Madden finally. I did get on today for the first time in like a month, but you know, basically just wasted a bunch of coins. But I'll probably try to get out a video on that Sunday, and then I'll try to start uploading that a little bit more. But in this video, we're going to be going over my 3 favorite filters. So, of course, it just depends on what you like, what works at the time you're sniping. But for me personally, these 3 are by far my favorite ones. And just before I even get into this isn't one of my 3, but the silver filter, of course, is still really good. The only reason I didn't put it in my top 3 is because 1, I haven't really been using it. 2, the market itself has been weird. Like, sniping is just not as good as it was before. I don't know. People are just, there's not a lot of people playing anymore. It just feels like that anyway. And the auction house is still really broken. You saw right there. There's no way there's only 2 cards under 3,300. You know, of course, there's ways to get around this. My favorite way to get around this is just going through divisions. And I don't know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's kind of weird. You can see right here, there's a lot of cards up. These cards should be on the auction house when you just look up, go to 3350 or whatever I was on, but they don't show up, which is why the auction house is kind of messed up. But you know, you get an idea. You could do this if you really wanted to. Some of you might have better ways to get around this for the silver filter if you've been using it, but like I've said, I really haven't been using it, so I don't even really know the prices. I know that doesn't go for much. I don't think these 2 go for that much either, hopefully. Yeah, I don't think they're going for too much, but let me know if you're using the silver filter and if it is working for you. But let's get into my top 3 because these are the ones that I've liked the most for now. So guys, the first filter, by far my favorite one. I just did a video on this 2 days ago, so this is probably going up Wednesday. I'm recording this Tuesday night, but this is probably going up Wednesday sometime in the afternoon-ish. I uploaded a video on Monday. Some of you watched it. It was on the heat check filter. Heat check filter by far. If you want to know how many snipes I did get in it, go ahead and check that out. That video, I got so many heat check snipes in about like a day and a half. I think I got like 33 or something like that. It's absolutely crazy. Made over 100k easily, and I don't even snipe that much. This filter, all you have to do is find a good buy now price, and it's usually around 5,000. Best time to use this filter is whenever packs drop, and you know, you could end up making a lot of MT off of this. And basically any card you snipe, you're going to be easily able to put it up for 5,000, and there we go. Last time, or on the video on Monday, I did not get a sniping. I tried to snipe, but I didn't get one. And right now, we already got that for 2,200. And that might actually be going for a little bit. We'll actually check it out. But before I do check it out, I did want to say a couple of things about this filter. 1, like I've already said, you could pretty much sell any card for like 5,000 and above. Some of them you might be able to sell for a little bit more. Some of them probably just sitting around 5,000. 2, don't sit on this filter for an hour. It's not worth your time. You're gonna get really bored because snipes don't show up as often because there's not that many heat checks in the game because of no heat check packs. 3, one way to check out what your players go for, if for some reason they don't show up on the auction house whenever you look it up, like what's this guy's name, Isaiah. Let's see if he shows up. He might be a pretty good example of someone that doesn't show up. And I should probably put in heat check. And okay, he did show up. Not a very good example, but sometimes some cards, they don't really show up on the auction house, even though they have cards on the auction house, which is why the auction house is pretty broken. So all you have to do, go into your collections and just go on heat check whatever team they're on, look up that card. So for instance, where is he? No, he was on the Rockets. He was on the Rockets. He's probably the last one right here. You could do it this way and you can clearly see there's two. We already saw that on the auction house. So I could easily put them up for around 6,000. Most cards, they'll sell easily around 5,000 to 6,000. Just put it up for 4 hours and pretty much should sell. I do suggest though, if you do end up getting a card that isn't really up, or you think that you'll be able to sell it for a little more, try it. Try putting it up for like 9,000, 10,000. If there's none up, try putting it up for like at least 10,000, 11,000. Worth a try. Put it up for 4 hours. If it doesn't sell, try it one more time. Of course, check in the price again. If you see that there's a bunch up for around 6,000, 7,000, just go back to 6,000. If it doesn't sell after like 2 or 3 tries, I kind of give up after that. After that, I just go ahead and go to the regular 6,000. But I should probably mention, I should have mentioned this at the start. Pick up any cards that you see around 3,500. I personally even go up to 4,000 sometimes if I think that I could sell it easily for a little over 5,000. Or if I'm just not seeing any snipes, I still pick it up. You know, that's still 500 MT that you're not gonna see if you don't pick up that card. So, you know, it's free MT. Like I said, you're basically always guaranteed to sell these for 5,000. If not on the first try, you will definitely sell it on the second try. Night and early in the morning, best times to sell these cards because not a lot of people are on, so there's not a lot of cards on. And yeah, that's basically it for this filter. Hopefully you guys have been using this filter. If you haven't already, definitely big time recommend this filter. So guys, the second filter is the Amethyst 20 NBA, whatever, 2020 NBA, whatever you want to call it. This filter, you know, it's not the craziest of filters. Pretty easy. I know a lot of people use it, but the reason I say it's pretty good is a lot of these cards go for a lot of MT, and during pack days, they actually show up a lot. They pop up a lot because people are opening a lot of packs. Sometimes they accidentally put it up for a little cheaper, and sometimes they just want to sell it for some reason really cheap. But you do end up finding snipes on your screen right now. I actually sniped this LeBron about like 30 minutes ago maybe, and I actually got that snipe in the first like 5 minutes of me being on this filter, and he did already sell. I think you saw it at the start of the video. I'm pretty sure I showed it, but 36,750. We'll just real quick redeem that MT. I'll talk about that Karl Anthony Towns a little bit later, but you know, that I sniped it for what, 24,000, right? So that's about a 9K profit if I'm doing my math right. Pretty easy. Like I said though, it's not a consistent filter. You're gonna have to stay on this for a little bit. Of course, if you're not finding any snipes, switch to other filters. Don't just stick on a filter. That's the thing. That's a very key thing that snipers have to understand. If you're not finding snipes, don't just stay on it. I didn't even realize I put it on bid. But yeah, don't just stay on a filter if you're not finding snipes for like 10-15 minutes. Actually, 15 minutes might even be a little bit too long. But that's, of course, you're in a filter that you know you're not going to be getting that many snipes. It's fine, but there are a lot of filters that you could be making MT consistently and making a ton of MT consistently, and maybe you're one of those people that gets bored really easily. I know I am. Like in Madden, I am, so I use filters that are really consistent, which is why I use that heat check filter. It's pretty good and pretty consistent. Sometimes it does get dull, but during pack days it does not. It's probably the best filter in my opinion during pack days, but this filter comes a close second for me. Like I said, silver filter, haven't really been using it too much. People use it too much already, and I just don't like it, and there's too many cards to memorize, honestly. So that's also a negative of it. It's pretty easy to do it, but it's still kind of a negative in my book. But definitely use this filter. Let me know if you do end up getting any crazy snipes off this filter. But let's get on to the third and final filter. So guys, the third and final filter is actually kind of like the 500 MT filter from last year and previous years, but of course with how the market is, with how the auction house is broken, you need to kind of not do what 500 was, just putting it to 500. Kind of have to mess around with it. You can see right now there was no cards up, right, for 700. Actually, a better example would be like 900. But what I do, there might be ways around this. I don't really snipe as much, and so I don't know the ins and outs of the auction house, but going through divisions is absolutely great whenever it's just like the silver filter, like I was talking about. Going through divisions works, and you can see a lot of cards pop up on this. So definitely don't want to go on 900. I recommend going on 700, and basically when you get to 700, pick up any cards that you see. Bronzes, silvers, Drew Holiday. Actually, I should say probably pick up any cards 650 and under. I should probably say that 650 and under, because even bronzes, silvers, of course you could sell those for like 3,000 ish, depending on what division you're sniping. Pacific silvers, they sell for a little bit less, but of course other divisions they sell for a little bit more. So yeah, you know, you could sell some cards for a lot. And of course on this filter you're going to be seeing a lot of different cards. You're going to be seeing sometimes you might get lucky and see a ruby, which, speaking of, that's where I got this Karl Anthony Towns from. I sniped him for 650. I accidentally completely forgot to take a screenshot, but this is it. Karl Anthony Towns, sniped him for 650, right? That's what I just said, I'm pretty sure. Sold him for 4,450, so 4,000 after taxes. Definitely a great snipe right there. And of course I did get him pretty much like 20 minutes ago. I switched to it after I got the LeBron James snipe, but I also got this however you say his last name. Sniped him for 600 too, 850. Like I said, pick up any cards that you see under 650, because you can still flip it for 100, 200 MT, and you'll see those cards. You'll see like that Karl Anthony Towns. You'll see those silvers. You'll see other cards that you're going to be able to make a lot of MT on. And it's not really that competitive. Of course, silver cards, they'll probably be picked up before, because you're going division by division, so you're not going to be seeing all the cards together, which is why I kind of don't like this too much. But you know, I wish there was a different thing that I could do. Well, someone bought that one, but we'll still take that Michael Beasley. And let's actually look how much he's going for. Like I already told you guys, anything 650 and under, we're buying. So Michael Beasley, and let's just real quick go to Emerald. Maybe we could get 1,000 out of him. 950, 900, 850. You know what? I could probably, we'll take 850. That's still 100 MT. Like I said, you're gonna be seeing cards up for 600, 650 left and right, which is why every 100 MT counts. It will start adding up, and believe me, it'll start adding up real quick. It'll start adding up so fast that you won't even realize that you're only picking up cards that you're making 100 MT on, because so many cards are going to start popping up. And sometimes you might want to go a little bit higher, because maybe someone puts up, I don't know, an Amethyst for 700 instead of 500 or 650. So, you know, sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. It just depends on whatever you want. I like switching through it. You know, sometimes I stick on 650, sometimes I even go all the way up to like 800, but just all depends on you. But guys, that is gonna be it for this video. Like I said, gonna be trying to get back to a regular schedule, so drop a sub, turn on those post notifications for whenever I do upload Madden or 2K. And yeah, that is gonna be it, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to smash that video to get down on this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.